Welcome back, Lelanders, to a weekend civic holiday edition of Clone Evolution. Today is also the day of big changes. If anyone's wondering what happened last night, I played the game quite a bit actually offline. First time I played it for quite a while actually when I didn't record. Didn't do anything major. I just did hours and hours and hours of trying out team combinations in the dungeon to see what kind of damage I could do if I tried harder to beat the dungeon. So the ordinary dungeon didn't have much success, slight difference in change, but the advanced dungeon definitely made a difference there. I tried different team combinations and I was actually able to find a team combination that got me right to the end. Like I actually ran out of turns before the match ended. So I can survive right to the end. And it's funny, people made fun of Hermes, but surprisingly, if I need to go first in a battle to get the edge to win it, Hermes is my man. Because I put him in there, we go first. So I don't know, like people debate saying Hermes sucks. Well, yeah, he does suck quite a bit, but his ability to get everyone to go first, definitely a huge advantage. But in every team combination, you're not going to need to go first. Sometimes you can go second. It doesn't really matter. So that's what I was thinking. That's when you don't need Hermes. But if you need to go first, he's your man. Oh, yeah. And Freya, I started experimenting with her healing. And she's a way better healer than I anticipated. So, yeah, she's definitely going to be able to hold her own without Wind of Fury helping. Hey, Anna, how's it going? Happy Civic Holiday weekend. So that's our plan, is we're going to make some big changes to the team. Is we're going to actually, I'm pretty sure, either consume Wind of Fury and Frankenstein or just one. But yeah, we're definitely doing one or the other or maybe even both. So let's try a little bit of battles while I pour a beer quick. Alright, so Anna's got a question for us. She says, you have any account that have an orange hero? Yeah, I'll explain that. The game is kind of fucked up. The same thing happened when I tried to get an offer completed. That's how I got into Clone Evolution. They were paying me to try it. So I did the offer and I found out it could be something lost in translation. I think the game's made in China, so when they translate stuff to English, it doesn't always work the greatest. So what happened is when they came time to completing offers, they often tell you that you have to get so many orange heroes to complete the offer. But what most people don't realize, especially if you're new to the game, is that orange heroes and gold heroes are actually the same thing. It's just in China, they translated gold and orange as the same thing. So I'm not sure exactly why or how that happened, but that's just how it is. So if you're wondering how to get orange heroes, all you have to do is get gold heroes. They're the same thing. And I can actually show you the evidence for it because the game actually shows a gold hero. In one sentence it calls it gold, in the next sentence it calls it orange. So orange and gold are interchangeable in this game. And well, yeah, what was the question? Have you any account with orange heroes? Yes, I do have a lot of orange heroes or gold heroes still on my team. Right, I'll show them to you right after this battle. And I just got to pour this beer quick. I don't have to pour the beer. Could drink it out of the bottle, but I feel more sophisticated with age. Now that I'm in my 40s, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to start using glasses. We're moving up in the world. All right, cheers, everyone. No name beer. All right, that was almost bartender worth pour. Hey, Kaminsky, how's it going? Long time no see, mate. All right, so just to answer Anna's question quickly, let's go to my list. Do I have any orange or gold heroes? Let's go. This is orange gold. This one, well, basically any this color. So these are all orange gold heroes there. I got quite a few of them. And if you want to look at how to make them, what you do is you go to the dungeon. Or I mean the Darwin lab. Dum. I get the double D's mixed up. Alright, I don't know why I have double D's on the mind. I can't blame the lockdown anymore. Wish I could. Alright, so anyways, this is the Darwin lab. So if you want to make any of these gold heroes, you just click it. Let's show you how you get there. You click Darwin. You click this weird icon thing. And now you got the Darwin thing open. And if you're completing an offer and you want to just make gold heroes fast, I actually have a video called that on YouTube if you want to watch it. Or you could just watch what we're watching right now. Now, if you want to make the gold fast, you'll want to make Trump. As irritating as he is to look at. I liked his moon mission, but a lot of things not so much. The whole Operation Warp Speed, fucking disaster, but hey. Right, so yeah, you'll need 2 copies of Trump and then these people. And if you need to get copies of Trump and this guy, the easiest way to do those is the casino. If you want to get these guys, what is it, Obama? He's very common. You'll get him all the time. And even this guy, Founding Father, he's also very common. You'll get him all the time. But if you don't get him, like you just happen to get bad luck and you never get him, you could buy him from the store. He's actually for sale. Right there. So you need 4,000. It actually doesn't take very long to save up 4,000. Some people might debate that, but I find it goes pretty quick. Finishing quick is my specialty. Right, anyways, yeah. So any of these purple heroes that they got for sale, they can all change to orange or gold. Not these blue ones, I mean the purple. This guy can turn gold or orange. This guy can turn orange. This guy can orange, orange, orange. Basically any of the purples here. So if you're looking for ones to transform to get quick oranges, just keep an eye on that Darwin page and just track so you can see like which ones you need more to make. This guy's going to be one of the easiest. This guy's one of the easiest. This girl, Cleopatra, one of the easiest. Nicest boobs, too. Sorry, I got to get my mind out of the gutter. No, I'm starting to get back into online dating, but I've ran into a problem again. I already realized that I don't like sacrificing my free time. It's fucking annoying. No, like dating people takes a lot of free time out of your day, right? So, ah, boy. If we only had more hours in the day. No, likely what's going to happen is just going to end up meeting someone and have a good friendship at least. Let's hope. Alright, so anyways, yes. There we go. Gold. He's not too bad to make. She's not too bad to make, I noticed also. Oh yeah, who is it? Gold. This guy, he's one of my favorite golds to make, but once you're done with making golds, he can't go any higher. So don't get your hopes about using him long term. I know that mustache. When you see it, you just think long term. No, just kidding. So hopefully that wasn't too long of an answer. Oh yeah, and if I want to show you the evidence between orange and gold and how they interchange them, what you do is you go here, you go to achievements, and you go down to some of the achievements you've completed. And let's see what it calls it. Here it is. Here it calls them orange heroes. So when you create 100 orange heroes. So this is where you run into the problem where offers online are telling you to create orange heroes. But orange and gold are the same thing. Because in other places it calls them gold heroes. See here, it calls it perfect clone. You can get gold heroes. So I don't know why it calls it gold some places, orange others. The only thing I can think is the Chinese lost in translation thing. Not to make fun of other language or anything. I'm trying to learn English still as we speak. 40 years and I'm still working on it. Not anywhere closer. Further, even by the day. Alright, so yeah. So that was the big agenda for today, is we're going to try making some new red stars. Because I was thinking, damn, how close I came to beating that dungeon. Really, I don't need much more. Like, I can even make it to the end as we are now. Hey, Jacob's here. Spell smart? Sorry, I'm a little slow. Don't gather what you're asking. Now, today I went for a bike ride and I was hoping to record the show when I got back, and I was so drained. And the funny thing is I hardly bike fast at all. So I don't know if what's happening. Energy levels are just low right now. Thinking the weather, it's playing a factor. It's getting freezing already. Seems like we're getting an early fall. So I was thinking, I even heard Brazil got fucking snow today, for God's sakes. That's how I always tell people, man, goddamn ice age. We're facing a fucking ice age, and the environmentalists will be charging us for a fucking heat tax. Global warming tax while we're in a fucking ice age. You just leave it to them. Let those politicians get away with shit, they'll do anything. But anyways, yeah, so we're looking at like early frost. We're not even in fucking August, for God's sakes. We should be like boiling hot at night. Kaminsky says if you press Alt F4, it will show you the reds making it, but in the Darwin lab. Now, if I hit Alt F4, I remember from last time Shelly gave me this advice. It actually closed the game. So I can't hit Alt F4. I know that's for sure. Unless that was a little trick. Alright, let's see. Infinite fight ring. We might do some of this today. Get the extra 10 before I forget. Bounty Hunter, we did actually do. That reminds me, when I went to the guild, we were like, oh, fuck, man, we died. You know, look how many points we were behind. We could have beat that team, but we failed. You know why? Because I fucked it up. Like, I was like, oh, I'll let everyone else in our team play till the end. And when I did that, everyone fought battles that were too hard for them and they lost. I could have just went first, played, beat the harder teams, and we would have won no problem. So sorry, team. I let everyone down. I got to stop trying to save these battles for the show, because every time I do, it just makes our team lose. So I'll try harder next time. Sorry, everyone. But yeah, good luck, or congratulations to that other team. Now I'm trying to think about my TV being broken and focus on being pissed off at that. Oh yeah, well, we can easily slaughter this team. Famous last words. I know I'm a little bit nervous for today's agenda, creating some new heroes. I'm going to miss Wind of Fury because she is really good. I was thinking if I want to relax myself, I just got to look at how to make Wind of Fury. And maybe I won't be so pissed because I'll be able to make her again soon. But it's the winds of change. When they blow, you gotta go. Now, I was talking to one guy on a podcast before, and he kind of put himself into isolation. Like one of those off-grid, like cabin in the middle of the nowhere situations. Which is something I've always strived to do my whole life, but failed. And then hindsight, when I failed at doing it, I kind of looked at the life between being isolated and alone and being in the city and being alone, basically. But yeah, the city does have a lot of advantages. So that's why, as much as I failed isolating myself, I always consider, hey, at least failing at that wasn't so bad, because staying in a busy city definitely has advantages, especially when you want to meet lots of hot babes all the time. I think that was one of the problems he was running into, is he realized that he's just not meeting anyone when you're like out in the middle of nowhere. And you're not likely going to encourage or entice too many people to come stay with you unless you meet them in person first. So meeting them in person is going to be a challenge when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Hey, Warzard, how's it going? I got to get caught up with reading the chat. So I think what he realized in the end was that he was going to move and get back into civilization. What I was thinking too, like the whole like isolating yourself off the grid, it's ideal if you're already married. Like if you already have a hot babe to live with, like then obviously being isolated isn't going to be so bad because you're hardly going to have any free time as it is. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. But if you're actually still single, then it's probably not the greatest plan, especially if you're trying to meet someone. Who knows? Could be wrong with that these days. Maybe you can still meet people online, but I don't know. Dear God, I find even living in a city, it's hard to meet people online. Excuse me. All right, so we're up to 246. We should be okay with points. I'm going to have to change my lineup so that I don't have Wind to Fury in there anymore. Yeah, I don't really need her in there then either. Yeah, because a lot of these people, you just can't hit them, even if you tried. Alright, so I think what we're going to look at the end of today's changes is we'll probably push, who is it, Freya up to Red Star. And I'm thinking push Suzo up to double Red Star if we have enough purple potions to do it. I think some people in the chat said when I give Wind to Fury to Freya, it should give us some purple potions back, which I'm a little skeptical of, but we'll see. Because dear God, man, if we can start doing some damage with like a really good like hardcore team, that'd be nice. Because I'm kind of tired of screwing around. Ah, fuck, man, we lost to that first team already. Is that what it was? Or no, is this a new battle? I don't even know. Alright, good luck all the teams. Especially our team. Let's wipe their ass. I mean, kick it. Kick it. Alright, let's get caught up reading the chat. Smart, spell something. No, spelling not my strong suit. Dang it. What else we got here? What hero do you want that is non-meta? Looks only. What hero do I want? That's what I was thinking. I was actually thinking that I want to see a new hero in the game that's a Halloween hero that requires the pumpkin person to make. So not Dracula, whatever the other Halloween heroes are. Some new one. I was thinking the Headless Horseman. That'd be a good one. If they made the Headless Horseman and it required the pumpkin head to make them, that'd be ironic. I was thinking what another thing I want to see with heroes is a hero that counters the most popular hero today. So the same thing sort of happens in UFC and different mixed martial arts. Some certain fighting style will become dominant and more popular, and people use that until some sort of other new style comes out that counters it really well. And then that becomes the new dominant. So that's what I was thinking. The game really needs to look at the Hunger Games. Look at what heroes keep getting used as the most popular and dominant, and then come out with a new hero that counters them. So someone has like an excuse or reason to try something different. That's what I'd like to see. And I'd like to see more vapes. Yeah, my new bike is so funny this week. I keep biking with it, and it's a joke. I've never been on a bike that's this slow before. Like, I can literally, like, there's women pushing babies in a stroller, and I'm wondering if I can keep up with them. This is, like, how fucking slow this bike is. And it's the funniest part, like, the gears and everything. While the gears work okay, they quite often actually skip out and fall out of gear. And when that happens when you're pedaling, it really sucks. So it's kind of weird to me that I've got brand new gears and they're already not working properly. I'm wondering if they just weren't installed. I'm going to have to bring them over to my brother's place tomorrow, see if he can fix any of it. But the ironic part is it's a downhill bike. So the pedaling is not designed for high speeds, going at all high speeds. It's designed for like really slow trail riding, like in the woods, maneuvering through trees at slow speeds. And it's designed for uphill climbing, which I hardly ever do. So it's like I realize that I need the gear set on a bike that's tuned for road biking so that I can go like 40 kilometers an hour. I don't want to be going at like 10 kilometers an hour. This is just stupid. And it's so funny too because like I can put my gears in the hardest gear, pedal as fast as I can. Like so fast my legs are creating wind like blowing in my face. That's how fast. And I barely can catch up to old women pushing strollers. It's like it's so hilarious. Like there's even like little kids on like trikes and or like fucking stuff and they're coming up to me like, "Oh, should we pass this guy? Why is he going so slow?" And I'm fucking just pedaling like a maniac as fast as I can, going like 2 miles an hour, barely making walking speed. It's fucking hilarious. I didn't even know such a gear set was possible. I should have realized that there was some sort of horrible catch. I noticed a lot of people put that in the review section for the bike. They're like, "Dear God, this is the slowest bike we've ever ridden." And I didn't realize what they meant until now. Now I know. So I was thinking I really should do a review for this bike. Like I like the bike, a lot about it, but dear God, there's enough for me to rant and rave for a good half hour about how much garbage there is about that bike. But yeah, I shouldn't complain that much. At least it's not getting flat tires yet. And it's only a matter of time before I run over some broken glass. Bet you any money. Alright, why did one hero in my team die and everyone else survived? Let's check, who was it? This guy died? What a fuckhead. Let's try putting her there. Oh, we lost. So that was stupid. I made changes to the team. It just made the team worse. Oh. That's usually what I do. I make things worse. There we go. Back to better. No more horse shit worse. Man, I was watching this woman's video game channel today. I think I'll have to try to remember her name. She's actually pretty cute, but I bet you she's married. But anyways, she has a YouTube channel making history about retro video games. It's really good. She did an episode today about, what is it, the Sega Saturn, and how they almost had their own 32X type of attachment, where there was like an attachment that could go in the console and increase the memory. So I was like, holy shit. Now, I think they had the memory attachment before already, but this one was like a big one where you could put games right into the attachment. So I was like, holy, that's pretty wild. Yeah, some of her videos got like 50,000 views. And it's getting my hopes up. I got to get back into the 50,000 view videos. I know how to do it. It's just fucking a matter of getting my fucking motivation and energy through the day. Hoping when Sober October comes, this like new bout of sobriety will help push me to new limits. I'll be able to get more shit accomplished than ever. Not that I should blame weed for all my problems, but damn weed. Warzard the Board Time Lord. He's got another good question. He wants to know, what do I think about the Steam Deck? Now, Steam Deck, is that the new portable console? The one that can play Steam games on the go like the Switch? So that is the one. No, what's funny to me is this technology that the Steam Deck is using. It's nothing new, and it's already been tried and failed. But think there's a catch. Last time people failed and tried this idea, the Switch wasn't out yet. So a lot of people didn't even know that like this type of thing was really feasible. So I think what Switch did, it sort of kicked the door down of people that thought that gaming tablets were pieces of shit. Because yeah, when Switch came out, it wasn't anything new. There was already gaming tablets that had controllers built on the side. Even people joked that it looked identical to a lot of other ones. Like, I can't remember who was the other company, but the only problem was with the other ones is they always costed a lot. I think you were looking at like $1,000 to get it. So that was the issue. Like, people like, should I get a gaming tablet, but it cost $1,000? So most people like, fuck that. If I drop it, there goes $1,000. Fuck that shit. So Switch kind of kicked in the door where it's like, okay, gaming tablets are now affordable enough that if you drop the Switch, most people aren't going to like cry that they like broke like $500 or whatever. I know in the US you might be like, oh, a Switch doesn't cost that much, but in Canada they do this weird conversion thing with the US dollar. Then we got our provincial taxes to pay for all of our free shit, like free healthcare. But once you pay all those taxes and stuff, it pumps the Switch up to like more than the PS5. Or I don't know, maybe it's the same as PS5. I'll have to check. I haven't even priced PS5 yet. I know it was roughly the same price as a PS4 Pro before. So I don't know. The thing with the Steam Deck that makes it more feasible too is the price. It doesn't cost like $1,000. It's like half that, like $400 or $500, whatever it is, depending on the model of memory you get. And I think the other thing too is it just seems more popular now. I think what it is too is a lot of people are home. Well, depends. If we go into another lockdown, yeah, then a lot of people are going to be home, and there's not enough TVs in a household for everyone to have their own one, which I think is so weird. I've grown up in households where everyone had their own TVs. Even usually people had 2 TVs per room. So they'd have like one TV of their own and then one screen for like a monitor for like a computer, and then they'd also have a cell phone. But I noticed in modern households, it's getting to the point where a lot of households, they don't even buy a personal computer. So they'll have like a TV, and then people will have cell phones. So I was like, well, that's kind of weird, right? But so that's where Nintendo Switch and these Steam Decks or whatever come out. It makes it more feasible because now you're like, hey, now I can play like actual good quality games on the go in my house when I don't have my own TV to use. That's why my mind was blown. I'm like, why would anyone want to play a game on such a small screen like the Nintendo Switch? And then I realized it's because many men these days aren't dominant anymore. They always have to give up screen usage to either a wife or a girlfriend or kids. They're not the dominant ones in the household anymore. So they have to eat soy and play Nintendo Switch screens. I shouldn't make fun of it. It's like, it's our new society. I think it is progressive, right? Maybe the women prefer to dominate men. Or we should really just get 2 equal-sized screens in the living rooms. That's one thing when I was growing up, too. I noticed a lot of people that didn't want to share screens had a 2 TV living room. I don't understand when we phased that out and we started to go to 1 TV only living rooms. Like back to PS2 era, 2 TV living rooms were very popular. You'd either have 2 TVs next to each other or stacked on top of each other. So yeah, if you don't have 2 TVs, and yeah, these portable gaming consoles are very ideal. And not just to say it's for people that are being dominated. Other times they have situations like, what was one of the callers was saying? He said that he's living in like a trailer. So it's like if you're living in a trailer park situation, you're definitely not going to have a lot of TVs kicking around because you're so short on space, right? So when you're so short on space, yeah, then a Nintendo Switch would be perfect. That's why I was thinking Nintendo Switch is probably great in like Japan, where they have these tiny little apartments and they don't even have room for giant TVs. So if you have like a little tiny Switch to play your game on, makes sense. And who knows, if you have a really hot girlfriend, maybe it's worth giving her the use of the TV, right? You can tell, like, I have my own TV, and it's broken. So I'm one to talk. Can't even watch my TV. Isn't it nice having a 65-inch TV that's broken? It's like I kind of really wish I never threw out my 32-inch TV. That was stupid. Well, I didn't throw it out, but I gave it away because I was like, oh, when will I ever need this again? You know, I was actually Warzard the Board Time Lord. He's making me think too that I should finish that video because I've been studying the Intellivision Amico for quite a while. And I have an idea to make a new video to present to Tommy about how we should change the Amico. I know he obviously is not going to do it because he's so sold on his ideas, but I think I have it took me a long time. Like, is there any way that he could actually do it that would work? And the way he's doing it might, who knows? I was just thinking if I was going to try to change anything, I think I finally found some ways that I would change it. That was a disaster. I don't know if anyone heard the news, but the motion controls no longer work on the Amico controller. I shouldn't say not all the motion, but majority of the motion. Because they showed how you used to be able to play that cornhole game and throw it like a Nintendo Switch controller. Apparently all those features are broken. So they can't do it anymore. So now it's not a motion controller. But they said that there will be some motion involved so that you can like lift it up and down. But there's just going to be no side-to-side motion. So I don't know. That's quite the downfall, I think. If I was an investor, I'd be pissed at that news. But who knows? Maybe they really didn't need that Nintendo Switch gimmick after all, and they can just sell it on Moon Patrol. Yeah, I know they just released some pictures of the Amico today where it's just the console without the controllers in it. So you get an idea of what it'll look like on your coffee table or your entertainment unit when you're not using it or when you have the controllers in your hands. And it literally looks like a bedpan. Like if you look at something like in a hospital when people can't make it to the washroom anymore and where they have to relieve themselves, that's what it looks like. So I was like, I don't know, like at what point during the design phase did they design it and put it on their coffee table and said, yeah, it's like putting a bedpan on your coffee table. That looks appealing. Hey, we'll put some LED lights on it. It'll light it up, right? That's what I was thinking. It's almost so bad that it might be good, right? Like that's actually one of Tommy's biggest accolades on his resume is the oof sound. And the oof sound was popular because it was so bad, right? It's not because someone said, hey, the oof sound's the greatest thing ever invented. That's why we're going to use it. It was so bad that it was like a joke. And then people used it because they're like, holy shit, this was so bad. It's hilarious. So that's what I was thinking. The Amico might have reached that phase where it's like so bad that it might be hilarious and people will still get it. It'll be a success. Who knows? Nah, but I was thinking the thing that convinced me that I could make the Amico better is the Dreamcast controller. If people are wondering why the Dreamcast controller, because it was one of the first, well, maybe not the first, but one of the first that I can remember major console players that added a screen to the controller that actually could show you in-game features, very similar to what the Amico screen does, right? It's basically a controller with a screen on it, right? It's basically this thing. But what I was thinking is the problem that Amico has, that Dreamcast solved, or Sega, is Tommy at Amico, he's trying too hard to make the controller and the cell phone the same thing. But you know what Dreamcast did? They realized that issue was becoming a problem, so they made it a module. So they can just take the screen part right out and have it be a normal controller. So I know the reason that Amico doesn't do this feature of being able to take the screen out and just having a normal controller is because there's something to do with the screen having like computer power that's enabling this whole console to work. Because I'm pretty sure no one's cleared that up with Tommy. Can you actually play the Amico without any of the Amico controllers? Just like throw the Amico controllers away, use only a cell phone and the console. like that bass, can you do it? Or is there something in the controller that's requiring it to actually to play it? And that's where I think the whole lag is coming from, because there's something in the controller. So the problem that I think Amico, what they could do is they could make the Intellivision controller into a controller that doesn't have the screen at all, and then having a cell phone attachment. So some sort of dock that you can just dock cell phones into the Amico controller. So that's where I was thinking. I don't know why. Like, maybe he doesn't want to make it compatible to dock with cell phones, because then the cell phones might fall out while you're swinging it around and it would break your cell phone. Then you'd have like $1,000 device you just broke. Or because a lot of cell phones aren't all the same size, so you can't really make the dock compatible. So what I was thinking what you really could have done too is made an Intellivision cell phone. So Intellivision wouldn't be just a gaming console company. It'd be a cell phone company that has a hybrid controller that works with a console. So it'd be both. So I was like, if I was Tommy, I'd be like, yeah, make the Intellivision flip phone, little fucking phone that you don't need to use for the gaming at all. You can just use it as a flip phone. Like, say this VMU could fold in half and make a flip phone, or you could send texts on it and shit. That would be like the Intellivision phone, and then it could slide into the Intellivision controller. So I was thinking if that's what I would do if I was them. I know it might sound a little bit overcomplicated and stuff, but I don't know. I think Sega was onto something when they made this controller. They did a good job with it. I know people debate it and say Dreamcast actually failed, but I don't think it was anything to do with the hardware, other than it was lacking a second analog. If they would have had 2 analogs on this, they could have beat PlayStation 2. That was what killed them. They should have put a second analog as soon as PlayStation 2 came out. Go, oh fuck, we got to release a new controller, put a second analog. So that's what I would do. I would make like Intellivision into a cell phone company. Hey, Lucas Gaviria, how's it going? I know it sounds ridiculous to make Intellivision cell phones, but I think that's gimmicky enough that people will be like, hey, I'd use an Intellivision cell phone just because I'm an Intellivision fan from the old days. I don't even care if it can play games. I just like the brand Intellivision. And if it's like a half-decent cell phone, I would use it. And then you'd be like, wow, now I'm using the Intellivision cell phone, and it's compatible with this wicked gaming console. You can dock it right in the controller. Like, how fucking sick would that be, right? And that's the problem, too. I think in Amico and Intellivision, they're trying too hard to incorporate the game screen on the controller into every game, where a lot of games just don't need it. And if you don't need it, why are they forcing people to use it? Probably because it's something to do with the gaming power being connected to that fucking controller. There's something to do with that gaming controller, and that's why I keep coming back to Dave Perry, man. He's the founder of Cloud Gaming, and if he's one of the main investors of Amico, I can almost guarantee there's some sort of cloud gaming going on. They won't call it cloud gaming, but it'll be the same technology, and it'll be going through that phone. You just wait. That's how you can play all your games at your friend's house. They even told you that. How? Because it's all cloud gaming streamed. So you just log in with your account. Now you can cloud stream any of the other games. You can cloud stream them on any console. It doesn't have to be yours. Ah, fuck. Our whole team died. Whole team died. Alright, let's do some shit. I think we're getting close to the time where we got to make some shit. Well, let's do the bounty hunter missions quick. We'll finish those quick and then we'll make some shit. Oh, fuck. Did they give us all bullshit? Fuck, man. Whole row of bullshit. Oh, well. There we go. 15. That's what I'm talking about. And 2 of these. That was really good. Oh yeah, let's take off that, put in, It's funny, I actually had Frankenstein in there just to test him out in battle again, like the old days. Yeah, let's put in Monk. Tear him a new one. Yeah, that was the thing too. I was watching the documentary on what killed the Dreamcast, and they said it's because they tried a different video format, where PS2 was willing to pay a bit extra and adapt the DVD format. I know that was the big kicker, because a lot of times you had to convince your girlfriend or your wife or your mom or whatever it was, the woman controlling your life, you had to convince her that it was a worthy purchase to buy the PlayStation. And even like my dad, I was thinking, like if I had to convince my dad to buy the PlayStation, what you could do is go, hey dad, the PlayStation comes with the DVD player. So when you buy it, you can watch all the movies you rent from Blockbuster. He was like, holy shit, you can watch DVDs? Yeah, all right, let's buy the PlayStation. But Sega, they adapted a different video format. They're like, let's go with VCDs that you can just burn off the computer. Which, when you think about it in hindsight, would actually have been way better, because people could have just downloaded their own movies from, like, what was it, Alakazam or Kazim or whatever it was back then, the torrent program. Napster, I think, or something like that. So you would download movies from Napster, burn it onto a CD, and just play it in your Dreamcast. But for some reason, people wanted to go with the official format DVD so that you could rent movies instead. And that's what they went. And DVD was a higher resolution. So yeah, you had the higher resolution. Most people are just like, yeah, I'll take whatever's the highest resolution and go with that. Especially back then, because that was when video resolution was so grainy. So you actually noticed changes like dramatically. If it was even a couple pixels better, you're like, holy shit, that looks way better. Whereas today, if you look at 720 and 1080, it's not always the easiest to tell. It's like, back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. Now we can just get it from the government. Speaking of, I haven't ordered weed from the government in like almost a year. I got to order some more. It's because I grew so much. And actually, it was funny. The batch I grew last time tasted just as good as any of the government stuff. So I was like, wait a minute. I got to save some money while I'm fucking broke. And just like get weed or smoke my own weed. That's why I want to get into brewing my own alcohol next. So that way I can be a fully functioning addict or self-sufficient. Supply all my own addictions. Won't rely on it for everyone. It's all me. No, Canada's Wonderland's reopening, and they showed some of the blue ice cream that they're going to be selling. Oh man, that looks good. I don't know if I want to get into giant theme parks crowded with screaming kids everywhere, but might want to wait another year, see how the pandemic rolls out. Now, the nice thing with the theme parks in Toronto, well, Canada's Wonderland, if you've never been, sometimes they hold like more adult nights where it's like late night. I think, yeah. Do they even have an 18 plus one where you're allowed to drink? I can't remember. They might. I don't know. Booze and rides is kind of sketchy though, because that is when you start seeing people throw up, right? Because you start getting motion sickness just walking. Can you imagine what happens when you're on a ride? Speaking of hurling, I'm going to go get another drink. No, I've only drank one, so I should not be hurling. Alright, come on, battle. Take a bit longer. Give me time to go get this drink. Now, for me, I'm one of those people that always cheers for the underdog, too. And I think for a while there, when Tommy first announced the Amico, he was like top of the world, everyone cheering for him. So I was kind of like, let's be a little bit critical, because I'm always critical of people that are super successful and always cheering for the underdogs. But now I think Tommy has definitely reached enough criticism, and he's definitely having enough issues with the Amico that he's reached the underdog status. So that's why I feel like I really should be more helping him than picking on him at this point. Unless he makes it back to like top of the world again, which he probably will eventually, if I had to guess. I don't know, like they're going for a whole new redesign of some stuff, so I don't know if they're redesigning the whole controller or what the plan is. I heard that they might just redesign the software so that it doesn't have to work with motion controllers. Oh man, we're just raking in the purple potions here. This is good. So that's what I was thinking, man. If like Intellivision came out with like an actual, well, that's the thing. They couldn't even make it a first for that, because there was already game companies that tried to come out with their own cell phone for gaming. But the problem is they made a gaming cell phone and made it for playing games on it. So they tried to build the controller into the cell phone, where this would solve that problem. It would just be a cell phone, but it could dock into a controller. So if you wanted to use it for gaming separately, you could. I think trying to do two things at the same time isn't always better, right? Get your mind out of the gutter. Now, it's kind of like when you buy one of those couches that folds out into a bed, but is also a couch. What happens is you end up with a couch that's not very good, and you end up folding it into a bed that's also not very good. So you almost really should have just got a bed and a couch separately, because then both would have been a lot better on their own. So that's where it's not always good to combine the two. Because that's what I was thinking. Like, isn't that the most fucked up part about the Intellivision Amico controller? It basically is a cell phone. Like, when you look at it, it's a fucking cell phone, right? Like, if anyone asked you, like, what is this? If they didn't ever hear about the Intellivision, and you handed them the Amico controller, they'd be like, this is a cell phone that looks like it's for kids. Because it basically looks like a giant cell phone that's like padded or something for like someone who's handicapped or a kid or something, or a really drunk person. Speaking of, I didn't pour enough foam. Fuck. Cheers. So that's how I was a little bit disappointed. When Intellivision released a fucking controller that looks like a goddamn cell phone, how come they didn't put SIM card options? So you could just put a SIM card in it and actually use it as your fucking cell phone. Why? Because they're trying to do two things at once. They're trying to make it a cell phone and a controller, and it's not doing either job very well. How you could solve that problem, have the Amico cell phone. Actual cell phone by Intellivision, and it's called the Amico. People are like, oh my god, what kind of cell phone do you have? It's like, it's the Intellivision Amico cell phone. They're like, isn't it cool? I can text, talk on it. It's like a regular phone, no gaming. They're like, well, why is it by a game company? It's like, look what you can do with it. You can bring it home and dock it into your fucking controller, just like the Dream. Dock it in. Now all of a sudden you got this kick-ass fucking controller that has like your Intellivision cell phone powering the fucking internals of it. Where before it was just a great cell phone. Now it's both. So it's not a guarantee that that plan would work, but I'm just thinking, like, I don't know, I look at the Amico controller, and like you're saying, the dock and everything looks like a bedpan. It basically looks like a cell phone that you can't use as a cell phone. And if you try to use it as a game controller, it's not very good at that either. So that's what I was thinking too. Like, the Intellivision would have really impressed me if they had the Intellivision cell phone thing like that, and it could dock not only into a traditional controller, but it could dock into different peripherals. So you could have it dock into like maybe a light gun, even though Tommy says he doesn't want violence, so he might not put shooting guns or ever into his console. Which is kind of weird because all these games already have shooting. Like that one game, Moon Patrol, you drive and shoot. The other game, you shoot at asteroids coming up and down. So it's like a lot of shooting. To say that you're not going to put shooting on the console. I don't think he's ever said that. He said he just wants to be able to get it G rated. So I don't know. Have the Intellivision Amico controller or cell phone. Have it dockable into a game controller. Have it dockable into VR. But I guess he'd probably be anti-VR too. Because it's underpowered. What else could you have it dock into? Maybe have it dock into like a, I don't know, like a computer station. So you could turn it into a or not a home console, but a home PC. So it'd like hook up to printers, monitors, keyboards, whatever you wanted a home PC for. Sort of like Intellivision in the beginning, it was basically a home keyboard or a home computer. They even had the keyboard attachment. Like I would have kept more true to the actual Intellivision. Make it like a home console that does everything. It's your home computer, it's your cell phone, it's your gaming console. It can dock and so many different things. That would have been sick. Oh, you could dock it into your car. That would be epic. Have like a car attachment so you can take your Intellivision cell phone, dock it into your car, and now your car is like souped up with Intellivision in technology. Have maybe like now we're getting into LEDs that are actually useful. If you had like your car decked out in LEDs for Intellivision, so then anywhere someone was driving with their Intellivision LEDs hooked up, other cars would see it at night and they'd be like, holy, what's with that car? Why does it have these cool like Tron animations or whatever, or be advertising the Intellivision Running Man on some sort of LEDs on the car? All powered by this fucking controller that docks into your fucking, or the cell phone that docks into your console. That'd be cool. Like have a console attachment in my cell phone. It'll be part of my car. It's like maybe even have it hook up to your bike. So if you don't have a cell phone or if you don't have a car, you could dock it into your bike. And now it's all of a sudden your speedometer. It's keeping track of your fitness for like GoFit stuff. Yeah, have like an Intellivision peripherals, like all these fitness watches that hook up to like different tracking things for it. Your Intellivision home security system. When you're at home and you're not playing your Intellivision, take your Intellivision phone and dock it into your home. Your home, like what do they call those, home automation stations? So it's like now Intellivision's controlling your whole house, your car, your gaming console. Like, man, if I was like the fucking CEO of Intellivision, I'd be taking over the fucking world. There wouldn't be any aspect of life that Intellivision would not be in control of. They'd be organizing who you're dating. It orders your food for you. It forces you to become vegan like Tommy. No, I'm just kidding. Now, I would definitely get the Intellivision to send you lots of liver. None of this vegan crap. Be liver and onions. Okay, we'll get some plants in there. That's why I think the one issue that I got with the Amico is, and Tommy limited it too much. He's like, let's limit it this way. Let's limit it that way. Let's limit it. And that's a lot of the vegan philosophy is like you want to limit everything. It's like, well, I don't know. I'm not really into limiting stuff. I just want to go bigger, better, harder, faster. So it's like, yeah, I don't know about this limits. Fuck that shit. Yeah, Miko would be Skynet then. Yeah, I would hook it up so it'd become your internet provider. No, I don't think I would take it that far. That's a little bit too much. We gotta have some limits here. See, I guess that's the thing. In Intellivision and Miko, they established these limits, but I don't know if those are the limits I like. I don't mind the idea of limits, just not making them too far. Sort of like everyone's experiencing with the world these days. how governments, we all acknowledge government should have some power, but I think it's reached the point where most people are like, yeah, the government's supposed to have power, but they've taken that amount of power a little bit too far. If they've reached the point where they can tell you what you're allowed to own, what land and property you're allowed to keep and rent, when you're allowed to work, where you're allowed to work, who's allowed to work, whose lives are essential and whose aren't. It's like that's where we start getting to the point where, government, you should like stick to paving roads and we'll all be equal. Fuck you deciding who's essential and who isn't. Dear God. That's the one thing I was wondering about today too. I won't get too much into lockdown stuff because I know people are sick of it. I know it's funny when Joe Rogan as guests come onto his show, Joe starts asking him right away about the lockdown, pandemics, and all this stuff. And they're like, Joe, I came onto your show, but I don't want to talk about this. It's like, let's talk about other stuff instead of the goddamn stuff we're constantly all sick of. So he's like, all right. So he talks about something else for like 2 seconds. And then he goes right back to the lockdown. I'm like, oh, dear God, Joe. He's begging you. He wants to talk about something else. Now, that's what I was thinking. Like, the whole idea that we could just shut down society and, like, close everything is, like, a wicked idea on paper, right? Like let's just close everything and then come back in 2 weeks. Problem solved. But then most people started to realize, like, wait a minute. When you go to shut down all of society for 2 weeks, you literally can't shut down everyone, right? Because then police, they still need to go to work. And then the ambulance drivers, they still need to go to work. Everyone at the hospital still needs to go to work. And then you start realizing, well, once you let those people go to work and call them essential, then everyone who helped them get to work, they're essential. Then the bus driver is essential. Then everyone riding the bus is essential. And then before long, you start getting a chain of like tens of thousands of people that are all essential because, in a way, everyone's essential, right? We can't just shut down society, even for like a day, let alone weeks at a time, right? What would you do? You just tell everyone like, okay, the hospital's closed today. It's closed for the next 2 weeks. Sorry. If you call 911, no one's going to be answering for 2 weeks. So that's why I think at first it made perfect sense. We're like, oh yeah, we'll just determine whose lives are essential and whose aren't, or whose jobs are essential. But then that plan failed because we start to realize, sure, the guy that's essential is the guy like at the ambulance. What about the people that work in the office that answer the calls for the ambulance? And then what about that office? How do the office workers get to the office? It's a bus driver, right? How does that bus driver get to work? It's like he's connected by someone who made some food. He needs food to get the energy to drive the bus, right? So then that person who made the food is essential. And that chain just keeps growing and growing. So you really can never shut down. This idea that we could is neat on paper, but it just really doesn't work in actual society, right? But it's such a neat idea, that we could just like everyone stay home. But like there is no police today. There's no ambulance for the next 2 weeks. So it's like, the guy who turned on your hydro, he's not going to show up to work for the next 2 weeks. So it's like all of a sudden your power in your house doesn't work anymore. Like, why? He didn't come to work today. He wasn't essential. Yeah, it's like too bad it didn't just work that way. What I was thinking, if the government really wanted to like do the whole isolation thing for 2 weeks, you know what they could have did? It might not be feasible money-wise or even like supplies-wise, but like get everyone to actually wear the full hazmat suit. Like, the full suit. Like you literally have all your air getting filtered because there's nowhere the air escapes. It's like all within the suit. So if they gave everyone the suit and made everyone wear the suits for 2 weeks, then technically the virus should just vanish, especially if everyone in the whole world. It's like if every single person in the whole world wore a hazmat suit for 2 weeks, we could all keep going to work. Everyone could keep living. We wouldn't lose any of the supply chain be shutting down. And then the virus would just get starved out. Now, there's probably going to be some reason that someone couldn't wear a hazmat suit. I know people already fought masks, but I'm just thinking like actual practical wise, I think the hazmat suit could actually work. There's probably some flaw to it that I'm overlooking, but because really like a hazmat suit, they could wear those in fucking virus laboratories and shit, right? So it's going to work a hell of a lot better than a fucking paper mask. And if everyone wore them for 2 weeks, we'd just like wipe out all the hosts, right? Now, that was the main issue, that the hospital workers, even from my city and Toronto area, they realized that hospitals have like thousands of people in like the bigger cities that work there. Like everyone that's like cleaning and doctors and nurses. So that's like bus loads of people that need to come into work. So then in order for the bus loads of people to come into work, you need all the bus drivers to go to work. And then once all the bus drivers are open and they're getting everyone to work, they're starting to realize that there's giant pack loads of people all crammed together in buses going to work. And there's no feasible way to like have enough buses to actually take each person individually to work. It's like they literally need to pack the buses filled with people just to get them there. We don't have the infrastructure to have like a bus per person, right? Or for everyone to just wait for the next bus, it would take like months to get everyone there for one shift. I think in smaller cities, yeah, lockdowns probably were more feasible. But once you put on the scale of like Toronto, like 8 million people, fucking hospitals with thousands of people showing up for work, it's like, yeah, that's no lockdown's going to work there. Unless really everyone could just stay home and like not call the ambulance for 2 weeks. Like, sorry guys, everything really is going to be shut down for 2 weeks. Call the cops. They're like, sorry, cops are closed this week. All right, we got to buy some fists. We want a lot of fisting action, so we got to buy them. Oh, I went to Rob, son of a whore. That's what I get for joking around. Now, it really came down to a battle between rich people versus poor people, union versus non-union, different races versus each other, genders versus each other. And that's what I noticed is like everyone's turned against each other these days. And why? Because it's the whole part of the creator's plan. Such a fucked up plan. But when you think about it, if you had to create a video game and you wanted it to be entertaining, would you really make it that easy, or would you make it challenging? So that's why I kind of figure every time we see challenges in life, we shouldn't be bitching that much. At least we got a challenge. God, we could be playing some sort of game designed by a sissy where everything was easy. We could just lay on the beach and everyone was happy working together. No one fought about anything. Fuck that shit. Yeah, that's why I think the creator is a man. He's a fucking prick. I'm just kidding. Oh, I gotta stop swearing at God like that. I'm so going to hell. It's like I'm just putting up for you, sticking up for you, man. Yeah, the good old universe. I really think some days I think, God, like if we get through all these problems and the universe gets really easy, like all of a sudden it gets real easy to buy a house, everything gets cheap, everything gets so simple. You could just like the Jetsons. You just like lay around all day and not even do anything. Have no worries. Everything's peaceful. It's like I think that'd be torture. Like, oh God, what are we gonna do today? Everything's just peachy. The hell am I gonna bitch and complain about? It's nothing. No, that's what I figure. If life does actually get to the point where we reach the easy point, that's when I figured the simulation will end. So we really got to be careful. If we ever see like some way of making the Earth really easy, we probably should like divert away from that as long as possible if we really want the simulation to keep going indefinitely. Not that we should treat the universe like a simulation. It's still the only game in town. Well, the only one that people think is real. Man, I was watching some more movies or TV documentaries about whales and how they interact with sharks. It's like I never realized that how much mammals, like the killer whales, they dominate all the other fish, including the sharks. It's like sharks run away from killer whales when they see them because they know that killer whales are brutal killers. They said in the animal kingdom, when it comes to mammals, like in the water, they're the most feared out of all creatures because the mammals are ruthless. Like the dolphins, when they attack something to eat them, they don't even kill the creature and eat the whole carcass. They just cut out the best parts and then leave the rest to die or rot or for the other fish to eat. So they'll like cut out the liver, eat that, and then just leave the rest. Whereas like if a great white shark eats something, it'll eat the whole creature. It's not going to eat just the liver or something, right? So mammals, we're like very weird like that. We're like, we don't care about not wasting. We just go in there, take the liver, leave the rest. Now, I couldn't believe killer whales do that too. They said that they like to snack on the livers of great white sharks. So when they see a great white shark, they swim up to it and try to catch it so that they can cut its liver out and eat it. It's like, man, ruthless. All right, maybe we'll come back. We're getting really close to the point where we got to make some heroes, and I've been drinking too much, so I'm starting to get nervous. Am I going to fuck this up? Now, that's what I try never to get too upset and hate on any other different group, whether or not it be males, females, races, cultures, whatever you want to fight about. Because really, everything in life is two sides to a coin, right? It's like you got one side and you got the other side. So as much as we always try to focus on just one side of being right or wrong or whatever it is, there's always the other side. And I always try to think about that as a simulation theory too. There's always going to be someone whose job in the simulation is to do stuff that isn't very nice. Why? Because the simulation needs everything to happen. So it needs people to do each different part in order for the whole simulation to work. So that's why it kind of sucks that some people are really evil and they have to do evil parts in this simulation. But dear God, not everyone's so lucky that they got to be the good guys, right? And do you really hate when a forest fire burns a forest to the ground? Is the forest evil or is the fire evil? It's just part of the nature, how cycles work. It's kind of like road rage, right? People get so upset about road rage, but I don't know. It is kind of a pointless thing to be upset about. Everyone really is on the road just trying as hard as they can, right? No one goes out there and is like, man, I want to cause an accident today. Imagine people are like that. They're like, yeah, I need a new car. I'm going to go and cause an accident today. That's what I'm going to do. No, I don't have my license, so you don't have to worry. I won't be driving anywhere. Now, I used to have my driver's license, but it got suspended for medical reasons. It's a long story. I've probably told it 3 or 4 times already. Excuse me. All right, so I think really we're going to have to do the action soon. I can't delay it any longer. Alright, so I was thinking, when it comes to burning heroes, people said that I should give Wind of Fury to Freya, because it'll boost her to Red Star, and... oh, wait, yeah, it'll boost her to Red Star, and I'll get back some purple potions. So then, what I could do is take the purple potions, boost up Frankenstein to 4 stars, and give him to Suzo. So we would get the upgrade of Suzo to 2-star red, and the upgrade of Freya to 1-star red. People might think that's a ridiculous plan, but I was trying Freya for healing, and I think people are right. She is a good healer. So that idea that we could take her and consume Wind of Fury and it not be a complete disaster, I think people are right about that. I thought they were right the whole time. I just wanted to make sure, because it's a pretty big decision to make. I'm going to miss Wind of Fury, because, man, she's one of my favorite heroes. Pretty hot, too. The main reason she's getting the cut, her boobs just aren't big enough. No, I'm just kidding. No, her boobs are perfect size. Alright, let's see. Replace. Rest. No, really, when it comes to guys, I don't think there's any size boobs that guys don't like. I don't understand why women obsess so much about the perfect size. I don't think any guy's like, you know what? I don't like that size. Let's see, rest. It's like, I'd rather just not look. They're just not the right size. Now, the only time I've ever actually seen boobs that are like really bad to look at is when it comes to like other animal species. Like, oh God. If you ever see like a cat with huge boobs, it's like, oh, it's nasty. Or age brackets, I guess. Age it also affects it. Alright, let's see. Wind of Fury. Enough about talking about her boobs. Let's go back to the items. Looks like she's good to go. Where are we going? Westward ho. Alright, so Wind of Fury. She's good to transform. Let's do it. Let's give her to Freya. I don't know if this is going to work. For some reason, I think we're going to fail. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do also. Look up Wind of Fury so that I could see just how difficult it'll be to make her back. And I can't even remember what class she is. Oh, there she is, Lightning. Oh, it's her. Alright, so this ain't actually that bad of a hero to make. I have shitloads of, who is it, Wright Brothers. Her, she's not bad to get. Him is the only problem, but not that bad of a problem. I think we'll get another one of him. Yeah, so we'll have Wind of Fury back in no time. We don't have to freak out about losing her. It's only a temporary loss. Alright, so we have to go to the Darwin capsule, do that rescue shit, because I'm sure there's going to be some issues with this now. Alright, let's put in Pumpkin Guy, because he can never evolve into anyone red, so good reason to put him in there. Right, does anyone see anything? Any reason why we can't continue here? We'll soon find out. I'm like, oh God, I can't upgrade her. And then she's not there. Alright. This is looking pretty intense. Alright. What is the reason that she's not in this list? There's a reason. Trying to think. Does anyone remember what the reason is why she's not there? She's still linked. I could have swore I went to Darwin Lab and unlinked her. Apparently not. Oh, she is unlinked. Oh, I unlinked her. That's why. Dum. Lucky someone's paying attention. Alright, let's go with this guy. We got 2 of him, so that's okay. Yep, Jacob's got it. He noticed she's unlinked there. Alright, let's try this again. I knew there was going to be some sort of failure. It's never a good episode unless I get at least some epic failure. See what we can fail at today. Alright, so we're upgrading her. And we plan to add her. Which is kind of stupid, right? Because I could just add in Frankenstein. And then I don't have to boost up anyone with potions because she's already high enough star. Alright, so that'll make more sense. So where's Frankenstein? Let's go get him. Come on, brain. We can do this. The hell did I ever do to you? Oh yeah. No, I'll try to be nicer to my brain instead of always damaging it. Cheers. God, why must I be so mean to my brain? What did it ever do to me? Alright, let's go. What are we doing? Oh yeah, trading center. Oh wait, no, not trading center yet. Gotta make sure, get all Trump's items unequipped. That's funny, I was using... Oh yeah, they automatically unequip them. So that was good. Nice and convenient. Alright, so... Freya, 2-star. Yes. He doesn't even need the potion upgrade. So that's good. I don't know if Freya's going to be a better healer with this boost. I think she will. Let's hope. Do you want to consume Frankenstein? Let's do it. Alright, before we consume Frankenstein, let's get a quick message from the sponsor.
Today's consumption of Frankenstein is brought to you by Crack. Crack. It'll fuck you up. Woo!
Welcome back, everyone. Alright, let's consume them. I think we can do it. No one's put giant opposition in the chat. Let's try it. Boom. Fortify skill. War Goddess. Alright, we even got 30 purple potions from that. That was pretty epic. Alright, so Freya went from one of our weakest heroes. She's quickly making it to one of the strongest. But we really need to give her some robots. Let's do that right now. She's like, God damn, give me some robots. What are you waiting for? Alright, we only had room to create one robot. That was shit. Alright, let's go. Trading center. No, ideally, I'd like to get her up as like one of the highest level characters in our team. And then put her in the base level team. And then make our whole base level team green people that are really strong. Just so we have like a really high base team. But we'll see. Oh yeah! That reminds me. You'll never guess. Remember how we just finished that clone event and we had all those extra clone heroes? I went through the clone hero thing and I found out that I had enough, like from the Institute, where is it? The Institute, to add some more abilities. But sadly, when I went to give the ability to the fire class, I accidentally clicked it and put it on the wrong ability. So I'll show you. Come on. There it is. So I meant to put it here, but I put it here by accident. So I went to hit reset and pay to reset it, and I noticed that they offer one free reset. So that's what I plan to do, is I'm going to reset it and put all the stuff that I had from Dodge and put it into other stuff. Because as much as I liked building the Dodge team kind of sucked because my Dodge was never very good. So I wasted all my ability points on Dodge and it never worked. So instead of blowing all my points on Dodge, I'm going to put it into other stuff like more health, better attack, more critical. So that's one of the things we'll do today as well. Which we'll do it right away, actually. Let's do it now. I think we can manage. Does reset fuck everything? We have to get all the points back? Or do we keep the points and we just get to reset where we put them? Hoping we get to just put them back. Alright, yeah, we get to put them back. Alright, thank God. Alright, critical rate, good. Can we just go right off the bat and start putting it on stuff? Oh, you have to increase the previous. Yeah. Dodge only helps Alice, really. Other than that, it's not helping much. Okay, critical and attack. I think I want more critical, eh? So that's 9. One more, 10. Let's go with way more in critical. Because really we're doing Suzo, and Suzo is almost all critical, right? So alright, I don't want to go 0 on dodge, but we'll go with 1 on dodge. Not just go crazy with no dodge, but I don't know, man. I've never liked wasting all my points on dodge when it didn't work for almost everyone. Tenacity, definitely don't like that either. So I'm just going 1 tenacity. And we'll go the rest with hit. I don't know, someone was telling me tenacity is not the greatest. If anyone thinks it is, please tell me now before I waste it all. Hey, Augusto joined. Thanks for joining. I guess it's not the end of the world. If I fuck this up really bad, we can work it out. Alright, we'll go with 1 more on dodge. Not big on dodge. 9 on this. We definitely want more critical rate. I don't know, this is probably an epic disaster the way I set it up. But hey, it's just how we roll. Alright, next we'll have a choice between more HP and more critical damage. So we might actually do a more balanced approach to this. Maybe a little bit 2 or 3 on HP, more critical damage. Alright, so I've been wanting to change that for some time now. So we should have substantial, like we got extra critical rate goes up substantially now. And we got more criticals, better aim. So hopefully that helps. Right, next is we're going to do one more training. Star level up. Here's the big one. Wind of Fury to Suzo. She's currently in the arena. What does that mean? Let's go check the arena. Oh, the tactics team. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that they just don't automatically unequip them and be like, well, if you do this, you'll have to reset up the arena. Like, all right. But hey, whatever works. All right, let's try this again. Oops. He likes the heroes. All right, Suzo, can we do this? Let's get a quick message from the patrons. All right, thanks, Suki, Dan, Jim, Ray, Travis, and everyone at Patreon. Really appreciate you helping make this possible. All right, let's go with the affiliate links as well. All right, Society 6, finishing quick, my specialty. Comes t-shirts, bed sheets, both popular with the ladies. Ido TV, pays you to watch videos. Swag bucks to shop. GameKit to try games. You can see my fan there. See, it says FC. GameKit will pay you to try games. Free Bitcoin as a wallet system for crypto. It's also BetFury is in the links below as well. And both of them are pretty cool, but just be careful because they have regional laws that you need to follow. And there's regional laws for all these offers, including the virtual maid sex machine. It's for adults and men only, but if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. No, I'm not kidding. Is there's $10 off offer on a purchase of $150 or more if you use the coupon code below, LionBS. No, it's not really LionBS. It's LYNBSN. So that's the coupon code. All right, let's get back to the game. All right, so at least I can read the coupon code without busting a gut laughing. That's good. let's star Suzo up to 2 red stars. Suzo! Woo! Wow. Suzo double red star. Holy shit. Look how much viewers are right. They gave us a big stack of purple potions. Alright, now when you look at my team, it is starting to get a little bit more stacked now, right? You got fucking Alice, 1 red star. Suzo, 2 red star. Tengu, 2 red star. Freya, 1 red star. We just really got to boost her levels up. We need to get her a lot of robots. She needs more robot men in her life. So I don't know, what does everyone think? Do we got a chance at making any progress in the dungeon now? Either one. I think we might actually do a little bit better on one of the dungeons, but I'm pretty sure the other one's really not going to affect much. We'll still get our asses wiped, but we'll see. Yeah, so what does everyone think about the team change? Was it bad? Was it good? We'll soon see. That doesn't make me so sad because I was like, oh no, I'll never get Wind of Fury back. But I know I got shitloads of Right Brothers. Really, it's just the wrestling guy. How many copies of wrestling guy do we have? 'Cause man, I'll be looking forward to making her back again. Like, I've liked her as a healer. She's pretty good. I definitely didn't have any issues with her. It's funny how we're trying so hard to save up purple potions. Now we got shitloads of them. We don't need any. Well, for now, until we get some more heroes to make. Now, if anyone's wondering how close we are to making the next hero to boost up like that, now we got lots extra armor too. We're just 48 fragments a piece man away. And we need 3 Catholic heroes. So we're going to have to go into the casino and try our luck to get lots of Catholic heroes. Oh yeah, we got to upgrade Freya, put her back in the machine. And let's get her... Let's get her stats boosted back up again. Who can I move out? This purple guy. Alright, so we'll get her in there. Now we'll upgrade her items and shit like the viewer was pointing out. Gotta get her back to soup to the tits. See, I'm not objecting to all the women with small boobs. I think Freya's got the smallest boobs on the team, but I still like her. It's not all about the boobs. She's got nice legs. No, it's kind of funny when they're talking about the women's beach volleyball team's uniforms being skimpy. I never really noticed too much, but now that they mention it, I'm like, yeah, they actually are quite nice. I would have never guessed. I was always just watching the competition. Now, I remember I used to watch the U.S. beach volleyball team. Who was it? Misty May. And there was another hot chick. I can't remember her name. Oh, Christina Walsh. Was that it? Man. No, I actually liked their skills at volleyball, though. They were reasonably hot, but... yeah, they were really good at volleyball. That's for sure. I think if I played against them in volleyball, I would be destroyed. Who am I kidding? I wouldn't guess. I know. No, volleyball was always one of the sports I was the worst at, so I did not like it. Say you shouldn't only like sports you're good at, but man, it sure helps. Alright, now let's check. What do we got for equipment? Alright, now we just got some 120 gear we're not really using. That makes more sense. I was wondering why we're using so much 120 gear. What we could do is go into our heroes, see if there's any gold heroes that need it. Yeah, Crime Fighter does. Now I'm actually using this backup team occasionally, so we'll hook them up with some items, not leave them hanging. That's good. They actually needed armor and shit. Alright, now we're getting into the garbage. No, we'll never use those heroes. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. I think our team, they've got all the pet situation worked out, do they? Did I give Freya a pet? No, I didn't give her a pet. Let's give her that healing pet. That pet's pretty cool. Yeah, I did give this guy the pet with the visor. I thought that was kind of ironic, eh? They both have the visors. Wonder if they planned it like that. Now, this pet's abilities are good because it's got extra dodge, which he's all about dodge, and increases his HP, so it's not so bad. Alright, now that our team is a little bit more souped up, let's try a battle, see what we can do. I know it's a lot of pressure on us to do better now, but... yeah, now we're really missing 2 good heroes we used to have. So I'll bring Tengu back. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Tengu's back. This could be damaging. We'll see what happens. See what Freya's new healing's like. Tengu's new, or Suzo's new abilities. Yeah, I could start forging gear. The only thing I find is I usually only like to forge the 140 gear stuff. Or no, I'll have to use some 130, make it into 140, and then boost the 150. We'll get around to doing it. Oh, come on. At least it wasn't Suzo that died. Oh yeah, it was fucking Tengu. How did he die so quick? Now I think Freya, when she gets like put to sleep or abilities, she brushes them off pretty quick. And she's not healing at too bad a rate. People could say that Hermes is the odd man out in this team, that we don't really need him. But he helps us go first. And when we go first, we like wipe half their team out, and then that really helps. Because then we're not getting killed by half their team. Alright, so you can see that we're having better luck already than last time you watched us play this, because we're actually damaging the bosses and we've wiped out all their henchmen. Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Augusto's saying we could still use the equipment lab and boost up our items so that they're even higher starred levels. It's not a bad idea. We might actually have to do that to beat this. I think these battles go up to 50 rounds, and when I died the last time, I had them down to about half health. So I was like, fuck man, we're getting closer and closer to actually beating this, because I can make it right to the end of the 50 rounds. Although sometimes they go on a rampage and kill our team, so who knows, we'll see. Maybe we'll make it... Oh, see? They did go on a rampage. They killed Suzo once, but he used his tombstone ability. So he's like, fuck you guys. Want to kill me? I'll be back. See, they're still killing us occasionally. I don't know how, right? Like, what the hell did he do that killed us? It's like he didn't even hit us. Alright, so now I think it's safe to say I actually have done more damage to these bosses than any other try. It's not very good, like our whole team isn't alive. We lost 2 heroes, but we did get one of them down to like half health. So this is actually reaching the point where we're almost like holding our own in these higher up battles. I just jinxed it good. But that's pretty epic, right? Like before, we were just getting our asses wiped. It was like no competition. So, oh fuck, there went Suzo. What I gotta do is move Suzo to like a different position so he lives longer. I don't know if anyone else noticed how we're killing these guys, but sometimes when they hit that guy, or tank... Oh no, they don't anymore. I used to have the parry pet, so every time they would hit him, they would lose a little bit of damage. Now the only thing I can think of here is everyone else that's alive has pretty good health, but they still might be able to take him down in one hit. Let's hope not. Because I'd be surprised, like, if Suzo was still alive, I bet you we would have fucking killed one of these bosses. Maybe, obviously not both, but maybe one. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go grab my next beer. Yeah, we'll do that, like the viewers are saying. We'll come back and we'll try updating the equipment. I just gotta get a beer. Alright, back. Now, I was thinking the other thing I want to do too is once Freya is leveled up, I want to move her into the base team and start working on her DNA. She's probably the one I'm going to work on DNA next. Oh, Vincent Van Gogh's poison does a lot of damage. So if I brought him in, I could do some damage. It's good to know. Alright, let's try the regular. I doubt we're going to do any damage here, any changes, but we'll try it and see. I know people are laughing at Hermes. If you got an idea of who to bring instead, I'll try him. I just like bringing him because he usually helps Suzo go faster. Excuse me. And finishing quick is my specialty. Yeah, see this battle, we weren't really going to do any different. This one's fucked. I think really the only way to beat this battle is maybe get Genie on my team. If we get Genie on the team, then we'll really be staying alive long enough to make a difference. Yeah, because that was just epic failure. Alright, but let's try our hand one more at advanced. How can we pan it out a little different? Switch that with that. See if that does it. Maybe get him in there to the back. No, she still has to be in the front. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Jacob says the real difference to win that battle is going to be Sekhmet. Once we add her to the team, then we'll see some changes. Because then she can reduce the defense or his healing. Jesus, come on, heal him. Fuck, why is no one healing? Pieces of shit. God, that pisses me off, man. That was just a really bad start to that one. Fuck that shit. Why is she not healing him? Let's try that. Yeah, Augusto's right. He's like, once you get a clone that can reduce the attack and healing, then that's when you start beating dungeon levels again. Yeah, I think you're right. That sounds... Because, like, we've upgraded our attack. We've upgraded healing. Really, nothing we can do to upgrade our team is going to make much of a difference. Now we have to start hindering their teams. It's the only way. Oh, she's asleep. That's why. So that's why I miss Wind of Fury. She was like good at healing even if she was asleep. I was going to make a comment about that and I was like, I better not. I guess technically I just did. Alright, so there we go. Where are we going? Westward, ho. Who died? Tengu. Why can't Tengu stay alive? What's his problem? He normally was... Maybe it was because the dodge is gone now. So he's not dodging like crazy. Tengu's lost his dodge ability. He's become useless. Yeah, because now that Tengu can't dodge, he's just not surviving, right? Even with his double red star. Just kind of sad, man. We really got to give Tengu to someone. Or degenerate him. So one thing I was asking the viewers for, if anyone knows how the degeneration works. I think someone tried to explain it to me, but I totally went over my head. Fuck, man. We're just not doing good. Horrible, actually. Get him out. Get Tengu out. Alright, let's try that. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see. We might have to go with green on this one. Try an extra health meter, see if that does it. Yeah, he says if you want to avoid the rebound of damage from the enemy, you can remove it with specific clone. Even if it comes with the Earth system. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to do that. That's a good idea. It's funny, I put Suzo at the end so he would live longer, and he just seems to die quicker there. Gotta move him to the front. Moving him to the back is not helping. Yeah, I should have remembered, when you bring Monk in this battle, he's useless. Because he doesn't hit anyone. Forgot about that. Yeah, it looks like the game froze. I gotta restart it. But that's what I was thinking, man. Every time I bring Monk in that battle, he doesn't hit anyone. He just hits the boss. So if he's only hitting the boss, there's no point in bringing him. So I'll have to swap him out. I think I'll swap him with Van Helsing maybe. Yeah, if anyone's wondering what's on the vape menu tonight, it's more my homegrown Ghost Train Haze with a bit of Rick Simpson oil someone gifted me. Tasty combination. Very smooth. Famous last words. Yeah, mixing it with the no-name beer. Nice combination. So that's what I really got to get to. If I start drinking booze that's really cheap, well, maybe that won't be so good. Because I already seen how free weed affected me. I just ended up smoking way more. Well, I shouldn't say that. Pretty close to the same, but I was already smoking a lot. Or vaping. Yeah, we're really low in diamonds, but I've been spending the lot on fists, so we could do the fist event. I like the fist event. Oh, we gotta move him out of there. There we go. Can't believe how weak Tengu is now without his dodge. I should have realized that. You know, that makes me remember, if Tengu's that weak with dodge now, since he was such a dodge-based hero, we'll give him a dodge-based pet so he gets his dodge back. Alright, so who has the dodge pet right now? We'll just go through it. Oh, she does. Fuck, she needs it though. Do I really have no one else for dodge? Fuck. Damn, I really shouldn't have got rid of that other dodge pet I had. If the hero kills someone, he's not killing anyone. Who are we kidding? Yeah, this is bad. I don't have any good pets to give her. Oh well, he'll have to stay with the pet he had, or what was this one? Speed? Yeah, that frog pet is definitely the best one. And it does increase his defense by 25%, so if that's not helping him, I don't know what else. Well, actually we do. We can upgrade the equipment, like people are saying. So let's upgrade his equipment, see if that helps. I don't think it will much, but... Alright, some of his equipment went up. Let's get Suzo's equipment up. Yeah, see, that's the thing. We can start making a few more 140 pieces. Once we have a full set of 140 that we can burn, then we'll use it to create 150s. We're getting there. Not going to bother upgrading other people's armor because it's not really that much better. Hey, let's go with the equipment lab and see if we really can boost it any higher. No, it's maxed. There, now it's maxed. Yeah, this guy's got shit armor. This guy's got good armor. So let's switch that around. Because I'm not even going to be using Monk. So what the hell am I giving him the good armor for? No, it's funny because I don't think I ever really maxed out armor before, so it's kind of neat to see it maxed out. Alright. Really looking good, better armor-wise. Yeah, really. I need to make a full set of 140 for everyone. I don't know what's going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's the 6th hero that's supposed to have the full set of 140? Oh, it's him. The fuck? Alright, so yeah, we still need a couple pieces of 130 before we can make any big changes. I don't want to get carried away forging the smaller pieces because really I need to save that ore to forge the bigger pieces. Alright, so that was a few upgrades. See if that made any difference. I don't think it will too much, but we'll try. Get Monk out of there. Try Van Helsing, see if he can survive. And we might switch it to green soon, just to try switching that element and see if it helps. But really, I think we need the fire element if we're really going to do any big damage. Big damage. Now what we'll do is change up the green element. Oh fuck, man. Suzo died again. How does he die every time? Oh yeah, people are saying the reflective damage. That's how he dies every time. Alright, so if Suzo's gonna die like that, I'm not starting the match like that. Fuck that shit. So it really doesn't matter what position I put Suzo in. He's gonna die from that reflective attack first every time. Let's try not to be too pessimistic. He can live. Right, Suzo? You can do it. You can survive. He's a survivor. Now I'm pretty sure that other hero I put in, the Ice Sea King, he's just hitting the bosses too. He's as useless as a monk. If he only hits the bosses. Oh fuck, man. Why are people dying? You sons of bitches, man. You're not supposed to be dying. Fuck, man. This guy died? What are you, useless piece of shit? Fuck, man. Why would you be dying like that? Why? See, people are like, oh, don't use Hermes. Yeah, what happens when I don't use them? I put in someone else and they just die. They die. Oh my god, dead already? What the fuck is going on? Why is my team doing worse after the upgrades? I love it when that happens. It's like I upgraded the team. They're supposed to be better now, not losing worse. Fucking pieces of shit. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I'm like, guarantee, I'm going to do all this work, upgrade my team to all these extra red stars, and we'll just get our asses wiped even worse than we were doing before. And, yep, that's what's happening. Yeah, so we'll have to bring in Van Gogh's poison. It's the only thing I can think. Like, now my fucking tank can't live. What changed that now my tank can't live? Is because I changed that fucking element thing? We don't have the dodge. We can't dodge anymore. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why is my team can't make it to the end? We were doing before better before the upgrades. Like, I was making it to the end of the boss with 50 rounds completed. Now I can't. What did we do? We upgraded the team. Fuck, man. I should have known. No, it's hopefully just a little bit of bad luck. Jeez. Yeah, to me it seems like Freya's heal is still really weak, right? Like, we upgraded her to red star. Don't really see any difference in better healing. If anything, seems a little weaker. There we go. Now we're on the last bosses, and none of our team is dead yet. They'll be dead soon. Just hoping it's fucking not Suzo and then he dies first, right as I say that. Thank God he has Tombstone. It's like everyone healed but Suzo. Oh, fuck, man. How did our tank die? Luckily we got Alice as a backup tank. If they were hoping to get an easier time with the next tank, they're in for a treat. Yeah, so that's what the viewers are saying. If we could get Van Gogh, he'd be poisoning them. But could he survive an attack? Because he's only a gold hero, right? If we bring in gold heroes, they usually die in one hit. So, I'm not really too convinced that that plan will work, but we could try it. Now, as you can see, if like Suzo could survive in 50 rounds, we would win. But Suzo just keeps dying. So if Suzo could somehow live... Oh, fuck, he died first again. You son of a fuck whore, man. Why does he have to die first? Why can't the other team die then Suzo? See, technically we're still hitting these guys, but we're just not doing the damage Suzo does. And like the other viewer was saying, if we could bring in someone with decent poison, and they just kept dying from poison, then we could start seeing some damage. Because we got options, right? Like, this Hermes guy, we don't really need to bring him. He's not doing much for our team. Technically, some people are telling me to consume Hermes, but I'm not really convinced that a red star is really going to help anyone. Who am I going to give the red star to? Yeah, maybe we'll think of someone else. Yeah, see, this is getting closer to more than we've ever killed that boss. That toothpaste guy, or Van Gogh, we're doing good against him. Famous last words. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, I'm not really poisoned, though. You notice my team? They don't have any poison icons. There's a lot of dodge icons, a lot of health icons. I think it's because this team's weak enough that they can't really die from getting hit by that reflective. Because our attacks are so weak, we're not going to kill ourselves. We have like way more health than we can kill. Now, just to show it to you guys, I can make it to round 50 against these bastards. That's not a bad idea. Maybe let's try bringing Crime Fighter. Doesn't he have decent poison too? I know Crime Fighter, he's built more like a tank. Maybe he could survive. Like, can you imagine if a fucking Suzo was able to survive like Hermes? It sucks that Hermes can survive better than Suzo can. Even with fucking Suzo's double health meter. Oh, there Hermes died. Just when I was going on about how Hermes was invincible, he died. So I don't know, that was pretty good though. When you think about like how badly we were getting beaten by that boss before, now we can make it to the end and we can almost kill them. They're definitely taking damage. We really just gotta change up our strategy so somehow we're doing more damage. Do I really? Oh yeah, Crime Fighter's in this one. I don't know, maybe I have to change it to water. Does water help him? Huh. Fuck, man. Van Helsing's not doing shit. His fucking attack sucks. Oh, it looks like we're poisoning them, though. A few people got the poison. It's poisoning them. Holy shit, we've already been recording over 2 hours? How is that possible? I thought we were going fast today. Oh, there goes Crime Fighter. Yeah, there's no gold fighter that's really going to be able to to be able to handle the impacts from these people. Even our best reds can barely take it. Neat idea, though. Yeah, if he can keep dodging, that'd be good. I think next thing I'll do is reorganize the green element. Hopefully I can change that to maybe make the difference here. Oh, that's why Frey is sleeping. Like, why are we not healing? Frey just likes to sleep for half the fucking battles. There we go. Yeah, it's nice. Eventually that bearded guy, he just gets so strong that no matter how much they hit him, it just doesn't do much damage. Then Freya is able to keep up with the healing. Suzo can start picking them off one by one. Fuck, Suzo. Why you gotta go and die like that? Why? It's like no one else has that dying issue. It's just Suzo. It's because he's so strong. Oh, there. So I said no one else has the issue, then our tank died. Yeah, fuck this battle, man. Fuck it all to hell. Oh, I remember what I did wrong. Let's change that back. No, there was one hero that was really working out good combination with the pet. And I switched it. Tried something else. Didn't work. Gotta switch it back. Alright, who has the ox? Yeah, he works good with the ox because when people hit him, he parries. And if he's the tank and he's getting hit all the time, that makes sense. Alright, and speaking of making sense, let's take off a set of 130 and upgrade the tank's armor because he needs it. Oh fuck, I'm lacking meteorites. Macking. You son of a whore. Can't even speak. Alright, so for fuck's sakes, I can't even forge shit because I need goddamn meteorites. Should have known. Oh well. Who cares? I don't. Here's some loud motor running outside. Wonder if the UFOs are here. Well, sounds like a helicopter like flying over our house. And it's like almost midnight. Yeah, it is a helicopter. That was a good guess, eh? I'm like, yeah, I hear a helicopter. Oh. At least it's going away now. I guess I should really wrap up the show instead of keep playing forever. But dear God, I wanted to make some progress in the dungeon today. Sorry everyone. We tried. We made it to 50 rounds, so at least you saw some progress in a way. We can make it to the end without dying. We just got to figure out a way to do more damage. Maybe find a way to keep Suzo alive. Like someone said, if we can weaken their team. So we got to get some team weakeners. Who was it? The viewers were pointing out that the team weakeners we're going for, one is Sekhmet, and all we need to unlock her. We got her, got him. Just need, I think, 1 or 2 fragments of this guy. Probably 2, sadly. Yeah, so if we can get our hands on 2 of this guy, boom, we'll have Sekhmet. The next weakener is this guy. We have this guy. We need to make this guy and this guy, so we're a long way, sadly. Shouldn't have wasted this guy. We had this guy before, but we wasted him. Oh well, wasting is what I do best. Yeah, so hopefully the moves we did today weren't too much of a waste. We'll see. People in the chat, you can comment if you like the moves we did or not. You can put it in the comments for Discord or YouTube. Doesn't really matter. I don't know. I've heard that the YouTube comment chat is the best for helping getting the views. So that'd be great, but no, we got lots of heroes. Oh yeah, we've only got 1 of him. Fuck, that sucks. So we need 2 of this guy in order to make Sekhmet. But when we do, that'll be sweet. We need 1 of this guy, 1 of this guy. So we're starting to get close, right? These are really the hard heroes. We only need 1 more of that guy, 1 of that guy, 2 of that guy. Fuck, man. Do we really need 2 of Theodora's? Oh no, we only need 1 Theodora. Thank God. Yeah, so there's a lot of action we got coming up hero-wise. Now, if anyone's got any ideas of who we should red star next, I'm leaning towards Alice, but it's going to be hard because you need a sun star to do it. And how many red sun star heroes do we got? 0, except for Alice. So we're not going to be able to up her very easily. If anyone else has ideas who we could up, maybe we could upgrade her by consuming Monk. That'd be funny, eh? Upgrade her by consuming Monk. Is that even a possibility? Let me check. I know that'd be very wasteful, but I'm almost tempted. Looking at Monk kind of makes me sick. Where is it? Training center. Here it is. Yeah, so if we wanted to upgrade her to 2-star, we could consume Monk. Or we could consume the bearded guy. But I definitely wouldn't consume the bearded guy because he's actually way more useful than Monk. Monk can't do shit. At least the bearded guy is a really good tank. So I don't know, it's tempting, eh? Boost her up to 2 stars. I don't know what people think. Most people are probably thinking no, keep Monk, because eventually we'll boost him up to red star and he won't suck. I don't know, from what I've seen from him so far, he's horrible. One of the worst heroes I've ever made, but that's what I used to say about Suzo, and all of a sudden he got strong, so who knows? Maybe Monk will prove me wrong and he'll put up a show and he'll be like, check this, and he'll just wipe the floor with everyone. Could be, right? Let's see. Maybe we can win it now. Suzo's got the extra health meter. Did I get that other beer, pour it, and chug the whole thing already? Or did I just forget to pour it? God, I think I chugged the whole thing already. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. You know you've been drinking too much. You can't remember how many beers you drank. Wasn't even that many. Fuck. 2 or 3. No, I got to keep it on the reasonable amount. YouTube put in the description or the rules that if you do drink on the show, it has to be within moderation. So I think 2 or 3 over 2 hours is definitely within moderation. Holy shit, almost 2.5 hours. Hey, the Thang Vlogging Frenzy. How's it going, man? Welcome back to the chat. Good to see you. We're trying to kick this level's ass, but they're wiping our ass instead. It's not good. Yeah, vlogging frenzy. I want to get into some more vlogging. It's a good idea, man. I like that idea. Yeah, I guess I must have really did pour the beer, drank the whole thing, forgot. Fuck. Man, this battle's going pretty intense. I didn't think we were going to last this long. We're versus another Suzo. Yeah, I guess I'll drink a little Kahlua. Oh yeah, that hits the spot. Oh, bless it. Oh, yeah. Now, if anyone's not sure what Kahlua is, I forget, too. I think it's coffee liqueur. Yeah, you can definitely taste the coffee, but I don't know, I like it. Yeah, we're just not killing these people, eh? Even with Suzo, we just can't do enough damage. Why? Who's healing them? Are we just not damaging them, or... Must be Genie, eh? Genie's doing something to their team. He's giving them extra armor. Healing them. Fuck, man, we just died. We die and die. Alright, that's just shit show. So we'll hit refresh, come back, see if we can do some damage this time. They like Tengu as our tank. They're like, hey, he's a good tank. I like the combination they put here. It's weird how they put that tank all the way in the back. Put him up more. But the rest, it's looking pretty good. Let's put some fire. Tear him a new one. Fire! Oh, victory. Now I wanted the slow battle so I could see what we did to kill them. Let's kill them slowly. Yes, that was a good victory. Oh yeah, so they can't even hit us yet. Yeah, I figured as much. How do I get jewels so fast? I did make a deposit and got my VIP level up to level 4. So they give me quite a few jewels just for logging in each day. That is one of the ways. Oh yeah, and I was playing the bounty mission. In the bounty mission, they gave me some jewels as rewards. So I was able to get some fast that way. Yeah, I'm getting nervous about my vlogging episodes because I want to start vlogging again. I'm trying a lot of new camera gear and a lot of new editing techniques, so there's a lot of new stuff to it. And I'm already backlogged with a lot of editing footage that I have to finish, so it's one of the reasons taking me so long to get off my ass and get some more vlogging done. My new vlogging camera gear, it blows my mind. And I can't edit it with my computer. I have to edit it with the fucking cell phone. So that's like a big curveball for me, trying to learn how to edit with the fucking cell phone. Goddamn company, they put all the editing features on the cell phone app only. So it fucking sucks. And it only edits the footage if you leave it on the camera. If you take the footage off the camera, I can't edit it. So yeah, it's a real fucked up situation. But let's see what we can do with it. Maybe it'll be worth it. Yeah, that's the thing. When I did vlogging, the best videos I've ever done vlogging were actually filmed with just a cell phone. Where I'm like, hey, I'm going on a cool trip. Why don't I just pull up my cell phone and vlog it? And compare that to places where I plan something, bring a fancy camera. Usually it never does as well. So yeah, you never underestimate how well just a cell phone camera can do. That's why we're lucky. Cell phone cameras are with us every day, and it's really the only tool you need. It's pretty wild. Now the latest vlogging camera I got is a 360 camera, so it's going to let me do about 10 different fancy special effects that normally I can't do without one. Like having a cameraman be able to follow you with the camera. Drone footage where it's not really a drone but it looks like one. And a couple different just weird special effects that hopefully it'll look a little bit more professional. No, I tried the 360 camera footage for using it as a cameraman. Works amazing. It's like having a cameraman that follows you around. It's because after in the editing room, you can just pick wherever you want to aim the camera. And it has like all of these automatic trackers, so you can just have it track someone perfectly. Nice and steadily smooth. It almost seems like magic, but it's a lot of work. I hope in the future they add the 360 video editing software just to the PC version, so that you can download the footage and edit it whenever you want. You don't have to leave it on the camera. So that's what happened last time. I went and filmed with it and took the footage off my phone or camera and put it on my computer, and then I couldn't edit it. What a piece of shit. Curveball, I didn't see that coming. That was like when I used to edit videos, that was always the formula. You film it on the camera, take it from the camera and put it on something and edit it. But no, it's not how you do it anymore. Holy shit, he watched the Agua Canyon video. No shit. Yeah, that canyon video, that was a spur of the moment thing too. Where I was just happened to be on a trip and I'm like, hey, let's bust out my fucking cell phone and see if I can record it. And it worked. Reasonable. Or was it the cell phone? I'm trying to remember what camera that was. No, my nephew came along on that trip, and we tried to get him to watch the tour, and he just watched his cell phone the whole time. I was like, dear God, man, we paid to get you to come on this tour. You could at least look out the window. But that's kids those days, right? Like, everyone's hooked to the monitors somewhere. Yeah, the Agawa Canyon video, it's pretty wild. Like, I really wish I could go back there and make a new video, because I learned a lot about that place since I've been there. And I kind of made just a cheesy video, but who knew? Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen that canyon video, we went to this canyon that was sort of like the Grand Canyon, but in Canada. It's like Canada or my province's Grand Canyon. And it was just filled with mosquitoes. Like, so many mosquitoes, it was ridiculous. You literally could only film for like a couple minutes. Then you had to start running so that the bugs wouldn't be able to catch up to you. It was pretty wild. I know they warned us about the bugs, but I had no idea that they would be that bad. Should have known. Well, I've seen worse, but that they were bad there. Now, I had to try to spruce up the video and say that I liked the place, but a lot of the parts of the trip were pretty traumatic. Train trip was long and boring. The bugs were intense. But there was an element of like being an adventurer, because you're so far in the middle of nowhere. No roads that you can see. Well, very few roads. Yeah, the canyon's worth it if you can visit it. But I would definitely pack like maybe some drinks. Couldn't hurt. Maybe a couple joints. If you're in Canada, you can smoke. If you're old enough. No, that's what I was thinking. Like, if you were on that train trip and you were from another country and you've never tried weed before, that is actually probably one of the best train trips for it, because it's such a long and boring trip. And weed, when you first try it, it's pretty intense. So, yeah, it would be quite the adventure. You would take that long, boring train trip and make it super exciting. Yeah, and it was actually quite a workout when you arrive, because they're like, hey, if you want to see this waterfall, you got to scale like these huge staircases. So if you weren't in good shape, a lot of people just couldn't make it, because you had to run, go up the stairs. A lot of people couldn't make it up the stairs without breaks all the time. Me and my nephew were lucky, because I was in shape, and my nephew was a soccer player, so he was definitely able to run and keep up too. So yeah, we were able to run and see everything and film it in time. That's the one weird thing about that train trip, is you go on the train, it's like a whole day train, and then when you arrive, they only give you like an hour. So like, you have 1 hour to go see all the sites, and then you're going to have to get on the train and go back. I'm like, for God's sakes, if you spend a whole day to take a train there, you can at least spend 2 hours there. Like, enough to have a picnic or something. Hopefully they change that in the future. Because I was thinking, like, for how long you have to take a train to get there, they should have an option to stay the night. So it's like when you arrive, you could like get a hotel there and then take the train back the next day. Because who the hell wants to take a train the whole way there and then the train the whole way back? It's like your whole day is just on the train. It'd be kind of nice to like take the train there, stay one night in a hotel, sightsee, and then go back on the train the next day. If I was the tour organizer, that's how I would change it. Although staying in a hotel is quite an ordeal, because then you have to get rooms and have to check in and out, but still, I think it'd be worth it because you take such a long train ride to get there. It seems like such a shame to just leave. Especially with how many nice things there is to see there. Like, I could have just spent an hour at each one. There's like 4 or 5 different waterfalls, whole bunch of canyons. Some of the canyons you couldn't even make it to the top because you only had an hour. You know, like if you wanted to get to the top, it would take an hour to hike it. And then the train would leave without you. Alright, we got the gold chest. Now, if anyone's wondering, I actually updated my travel vlog channel today and put another video in it from a different playlist. Because I realized I had some of my travel vlog videos in the wrong playlist. So one of the ones I added was my trip from Timmins to, or where I live, Waterloo, to Timmins. And it was during a record rainstorm where we almost crashed. So it was pretty intense. I wish I would have filmed more of it, but obviously I was just trying to survive at the time, so I wasn't really focusing so much on filming our death. Shouldn't laugh, but yeah, it was pretty intense. Yeah, that's the thing when you're at the time and you're like dying, you're like, should I film it or just like die in peace? It's like, maybe I better film it just in case we survive. No, what happened was we were flying through this really bad storm and the tower announced that the lightning was just missing the plane. So like you should really do an emergency landing. And the problem was we were flying above just trees for miles in every direction. So there's not really a whole lot of options you have when it comes to just landing in trees. So what we did, they gave us permission to fly as close to the tree line as we could to try to avoid the lightning. And it was intense because it was like going near the trees, but occasionally we would lose control and nosedive. And there's lightning shooting in all directions. Was the one co-pilot when we landed, she said the first thing she needed to do was run and use the washroom. I could see why. I nearly pissed myself too. But I was having such a blast because I hadn't rode in a plane in a while, so I was like, holy, what a rush. Lightning shooting everywhere. Like, I'd never been in a thunderstorm that close up before. Yeah, the nosedive parts, they were intense because we couldn't even see out the windows. Obviously, when you're in the storm, it's hard to see out. There's like lightning in all directions, rain hitting the plane, the wings flexing up and down because the turbulence is so intense. It's just throwing you around like a rag dog inside the plane. Obviously, those parts, it was hard to film, so a lot of that didn't make it to the editing room. Yeah, that was a wild adventure. That's what I think. Some days my life is an adventure, and then other days it's the most boring life you could ever imagine. Like, I've literally lived in the same block area for almost my whole life. It's just very rarely I go on trips, but when I do, it's a pretty fun trip. But then I come back to the same block, where I went to the school on the same block, I went to church on the same block, my job on the same block. So I literally just stayed in the same block my whole life. Occasionally I go on trips. I gotta try to do more trips again once I'm not looking after my uncle. Holy, Suzo and Alice made it right to the end. And Suzo made it to the end. But we only made it to 22 rounds before dying. That was pathetic. I don't know. I'm tempted to try changing the institute for the green, but maybe I'll save that for next episode. We'll save one big thing for that. If anyone has ideas of how I should change these meters, just let me know. Excuse me. I think I might do less dodge. I don't know. Or no, there is no dodge here. Oh, there's the dodge. So maybe less tenacity. We already got pretty low tenacity. Yeah, so maybe we'll keep those the same. Want to make sure I used all the points, not that I forgot any. Yeah, I used them all. Yeah, this one is another one I could change. Less dodge. Holy shit, way less dodge. Put that in defense instead, in aim. Alright, so I guess we'll do one more battle, and while we do that, I'll give a shout out to everyone in the chat. Yeah, that looks pretty shit. It's a shame we can't beat this dungeon. I was hoping with some of the changes we'd do better on it, but still just garbage. Try that. Maybe that'll make the difference. Alright, let's give a shout out to everyone in the chat. Alright, Anna. Thanks again, Anna, for watching the show. Kaminsky's the greatest. Jacob Menzies. Warzard the Board Time Lord. Haven't seen him in ages. Good to see Warzard. Lucas Gaviria. Welcome back, Lucas. Jacob. Warzard. Jacob. Oh, Augusto. Pascos Basilio. Jacob. Oh yeah, and Lethang Vlogging Frenzy. So his channel sounds out pretty good. Make sure you check out all the vloggers you can. It's one of the communities I want to get more back into, making vlogging videos. So hopefully we'll do that again soon. I've got a whole bunch of actual new vlogging locations planned, scripts and everything, and just really got to get my acting gear, get more back into being active. I don't know, ever since I got sick in 2020 there, it's been hard to get active. Feel so drained all the time, but I don't know. Hopefully I'll get back to normal energy levels eventually. Or I'll just function with what energy we got left. Alright, so yeah, let's go to the fire screen. I forgot to give a round of applause for the viewers. That's pretty funny. I do the whole thing for the viewers and then forget the button. Alright, let's go back to the fire screen. Alright, if you happen to get any of the red stars from doing clones like Wind of Fury into your vaporizer, tastes like shit, give the show a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, you can help with a like. Really appreciate it. And just make sure never buy the products from my sponsor.
Because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone.
Yeah, and thanks for the advice and everyone in the Discord who was helping me to try to convince me to do the Wind of Fury evolution. Seems like, yeah, Freya's keeping up with the healing, so far so good. And the changes to Suzo look better. So yeah, we'll get my team all set up so that hopefully at least in the arena and in the other thing, the guild battles, it'll help the team at least for there. And maybe eventually in the dungeon too, once we get someone to hinder the opponents. Alright, good luck everyone, take care, and oh yeah, and good luck in the bounty hunter missions. I'll have to do those before I forget tomorrow. Alright, later, bye for now. Later. Yeah, my uncle's got, what is it, Down syndrome, and he's also 60 years old. And he has some other condition that they can't seem to find out what's wrong with him yet. But he can't move his whole body, so I have to help him get to the washroom 3 times a day and help feed him and all that. But it's good to learn to be able to do that. Definitely learn a lot about what's coming in life and how much we have to appreciate all the good times while we can, right? Alright, take care everyone. Bye for now. Good luck. Later.